Dark screen. A single line of glowing text appears one day. The galaxy would learn to fear them. But on the night they were abandoned, they were just children. Cut to space. Stars glitter. A massive alien ship drifts silently. Now inside. A mother alien clutches two small cubs. Her eyes glow with sorrow. She whispered in a language no human could understand. But her tone was universal, the sound of a mother in pain. Forgive me, my little ones. One day, you will understand. She places them in a pod. Coordinates lock in Earth, a human military outpost. Her claws hover over the release button. Her tears, glowing silver, fall on their tiny faces, and then she lets them go. Pod bursts into space, streaking towards Earth. And with that choice, the galaxy's future changes forever. The year was 2147. Earth had survived wars, famine, and even first contact. But nothing prepared Sergeant Daniel Rourke for what landed that night. At first, he thought it was just another meteor. The sirens wailed across the Nevada desert base. Soldiers rushed to the crash site. What they found was not rock, but life. The pod hissed open. Inside, wrapped in glowing fabric, were two alien cubs. Their eyes, huge, luminous, and unblinking, stared directly at Rourke. The soldiers froze, guns raised, orders shouted, but the cubs did not cry.
Ow.
They reached out, not in fear, but in trust. Rourke's instincts screamed at him to step back. But something in their gaze reminded him of his daughter. It's the daughter he lost years ago in a war, and in that moment, he made a choice. Stand down, he barked. They're not enemies, they're children. Base chaos erupted. The general wanted them destroyed. They could be spies, weapons, bombs in disguise. Scientists begged to study them. Do you realize what this means? Alien genetics. We could learn everything about their species. But Rourke, he just wanted to protect them. Night after night, he watched over them. The cubs grew fast, faster than human children. Their claws hardened, their eyes glowed brighter, and they started mimicking human speech. One night as Rourke sat alone, the smaller cub whispered its first word. ... Dad. His heart stopped. From that moment on, the choice was no longer about orders. It was about family. Weeks passed. Strange incidents began. A cub lifted a crate twice its size with one hand. Another hacked into the base computer without touching the keyboard. Their eyes glowed brightest when they were afraid. Rourke kept it hidden. But secrets don't stay buried. One soldier, Private Ellis, cornered him. They're not kids. Sarge, they're weapons. And when the brass finds out, they'll take them away. Rourke growled back, over my dead body. That night, the alarms blared, not from inside the base, but outside, unknown. Crafts descended from the skies, sleek, deadly, alien. The assassins had arrived. Shadowy figures poured into the desert, moving too fast for the eye. Their mission was simple: recover the cubs, kill anyone in the way. The soldiers panicked. Gunfire erupted. Explosions lit the night. Inside the bunker, Rourke clutched the cubs. Their little hands trembled. Until suddenly, their fear turned to something else. Their eyes blazed. Their voices shook the walls. And with a scream, an invisible shockwave burst outward, hurling alien assassins through steel walls. The battlefield went silent. Every soldier stared at the cubs in horror and awe. The general whispered, "What? What are they?" Rourke looked down at the cubs, still glowing, still trembling in his arms. "They're not weapons," he said. "They're our future." Screen opens in chaos. Fire and smoke fill the desert. Alien assassins' bodies scattered. The soldiers stare in stunned silence. They came as children. But on that night, Earth learned what they could become. 2. Glimpse of future gives two grown cubs, armored, leading human soldiers into battle. The sky full of alien warships, their eyes glowing like suns. Screen cuts back to present, to the terrified young cubs trembling in Rourke's arms. the Nevada desert base was no longer silent. Wreckage smoldered. Deadly alien weapons lay scattered. And yet the most dangerous secret was still inside. Two cubs, who had unleashed powers no human understood. The general stormed into the command center. "Sergeant Rourke, you've crossed the line. They're not children. They're a threat." Rourke stood firm. "With respect, sir, they saved us. Without them, we'd all be dead." The general slammed his fist on the table. "Or maybe they brought the danger here," soldiers murmured. Some agreed with the general, others with Rourke. The base was divided in the corner. The cubs sat silently watching. One clutched a teddy bear Rourke had given them. The other stared at his glowing hands, whispering, "What am I?" Rourke knew one thing. If the cubs stayed untrained, they would die. Or worse, be taken. Late at night, while others slept, he began to train them. "I taught them how to run drills with human soldiers. How to control their breathing when fear made their powers flare. How to fight hand to hand, blending alien instincts with military tactics. At first they struggled. They broke equipment. They burned holes in walls. Once a cub accidentally lifted an entire tank off the ground and dropped it. Rourke didn't shout. He didn't punish. He simply said, "Control isn't about power. It's about choice. You decide who you want to be." The cubs listened. They began to learn, but not everyone approved. Private Ellis gathered other soldiers. "They're monsters. Don't you see? Every day they grow stronger. One day they'll turn on us. We need to end this now." Others pushed back. "They're just kids. They saved our lives, maybe. Maybe they're our only hope." The base had split into two factions. Protectors who believed in Rourke's vision. Destroyers who wanted the cubs gone. The tension grew. Every mess hall meal, every patrol, every meeting, till it was no longer a question of if conflict would break out, but when. Meanwhile, the cubs faced their own war. One night, the younger whispered to Rourke, "Dad, are we human or alien?" Rourke paused. He thought of his daughter long gone. He thought of the soldiers glaring at them, thought of the assassins still hunting them. Finally, he said softly, "You're what you choose to be. Blood doesn't decide that. Heart does." The cubs hugged him. For the first time, they smiled. The peace didn't last. 3 weeks later, before dawn, the base was attacked again. This time, not by assassins, but by mercenaries. Alien bounty hunters paid to finish the job. They struck fast. They cut the power. They blew open the gates. Soldiers rushed to defend the base, but these mercenaries were stronger, smarter, ruthless. Rourke ordered the cubs into hiding. "Stay in the bunker. No matter what happens, don't come out." But when the mercenaries breached the inner walls, hiding was no longer an option. The cubs emerged, their eyes glowing brighter than before. For the first time, they fought. Not in panic, not by accident, but with purpose. The younger one created a shockwave that shattered enemy weapons. The older one disarmed a mercenary twice his size. Moving with military precision, Rourke had drilled into him. The soldiers froze. Some with awe, some with fear. Just as the battle turned in Earth's favor, it happened. Private Ellis, the one who always doubted them, grabbed his rifle and aimed it not at the mercenaries, but at the cubs. "They're the reason we're dying," he screamed. "We end them. We end this curse." A gunshot cracked the air, but the bullet never reached them. Rourke had stepped in front, taking the shot in his shoulder. Bleeding, he barked, "You want to shoot them? You'll have to kill me first." The cubs screamed. Energy erupted from their bodies like a storm. The mercenaries were blasted away. In an instant, when the dust settled, only silence remained. Ellis dropped his gun, shaking in fear. The cubs knelt by Rourke, tears streaming. "Dad, we didn't mean to." He grabbed their hands with his bloody fingers. "You did what you had to. You're not weapons. You're protectors. Never forget that." The battle was over, but the war had just begun, unknown to the base, as the entire event had been recorded. Satellite feeds, radio chatter, alien spies, the galaxy now knew the truth. The cubs lived. They were growing stronger. And they were under Earth's protection. Across distant worlds, Leaders debated in panic. If they survive, they'll become unstoppable. We must destroy Earth before it's too late. But in the shadows, someone else was watching. The alien mother. Her eyes glistened with both pride, fear. Screen fades to black. Narrator speaks as ominous music rises. They trained as humans. They fought as warriors. But soon, they would be hunted as gods. Asterisk black screen. Static crackles. A distorted alien voice breaks through with subtitles glowing in red. They survived the assassins. They survived the mercenaries. But they will not survive the galaxy. A holographic transmission spreading across dozens of alien warships. An image of the Cubs appears. Their glowing eyes terrify entire councils of alien leaders. The message had been sent. Earth was no longer a hidden world. It was a battlefield. At the Nevada base, tension grew like wildfire. The attack had left scars, walls broken, soldiers wounded, trust shattered. Rourke's shoulder was still bandaged. He refused to rest, barking orders while holding his rifle. But the real storm was in the war room. The general slammed his fist on the table. Satellite footage has leaked. Alien forces across the galaxy now know the Cubs are alive. It's only a matter of time before they return. In greater numbers, a colonel muttered, "Then we hand them over." "End this before Earth is destroyed," Rourke roared over my dead body. Silence. Every eye turned to the Cubs who sat in the corner, silent, glowing faintly. They weren't just children anymore. They were symbols. The news spread beyond the base. Earth governments began to whisper. New York Times headline, "Alien Children on Earth." Classified military project leaked. Talk show hosts debated, were they angels or demons? Tests erupted worldwide. Some demanded protection. Others demanded extermination, and in the shadows. Private corporations prepared weapons contracts worth billions for the first time. Earth was united in one truth. The galaxy was coming. Rourke doubled the Cubs' training. This was no longer about survival, it was about preparing for war. Scenes flashed in montage. The Cubs running military obstacle courses. Faster than elite soldiers. Lifting weights far beyond human capacity. Learning to fire Earth's weapons while controlling their alien instincts. Sitting quietly with Rourke as he taught them discipline over rage, the younger Cub whispered one night, "Dad, why do they hate us?" Rourke sighed. "Because they don't understand you. What people fear, they try to destroy." One night alarms didn't blare. No ships landed. No explosions instead. A shadow slipped through the desert sky. A figure cloaked in alien armor stepped into the base perimeter. Silent, graceful, familiar. The Cubs felt it before anyone else. Their eyes glowed. Their hearts raced. "It's her." The older one whispered, "There." Mother Rourke aimed his weapon, soldiers swarming the figure. But the Cubs ran forward, instincts stronger than fear. The alien mother knelt, removing her helmet. Her eyes glistened with tears as she whispered in their tongue. But the Cubs didn't understand. They only knew one word. Mom. Rourke lowered, his rifle slowly, realization sinking in. The woman who had abandoned them had returned. In a dim bunker, Rourke confronted her. Why? Why leave them here to die? Her voice was cold, but trembling underneath. "My people wanted them dead. Twins are forbidden in our kind. It is said they bring war. I could not kill my children, so I gave them to the only species I knew could protect them, humans." The Cubs clung to her, confused. Their loyalties now torn between blood and bond. Rourke's jaw tightened. "You left them. I raised them. Don't think you can just walk back into their lives." Her eyes hardened. "You don't understand. The galaxy will burn to claim them. You cannot protect them alone." Before the argument could continue, the base shook violently. Sirens blared. Soldiers shouted. Explosions rocked the desert. The alien mother's eyes widened. "They found me, and now they found you." A fleet of assassin ships descended, sleek, black, faster than anything Earth had seen. Hundreds of alien warriors stormed. The base, the largest attack yet. The cubs screamed, their voices cracking the air with energy. Rourke raised his rifle. No more running. This time we fight. For the first time, humans, the alien mother, and the cubs fought side by side. Soldiers fired rifles while cubs hurled shockwaves that split steel. The alien mother sliced through assassins with plasma blades. Rourke commanded the chaos like a war general, barking orders through smoke and fire. The battle was chaos. Bullets, lasers, fire, screams. But something extraordinary happened. The cubs didn't just fight. They led, their instincts blended. With Rourke's human training, creating tactics even seasoned soldiers couldn't match. They weren't just surviving anymore. They were commanding. And for the first time, the assassins retreated. But victory came with a cost. The assassins hadn't come to win. They'd come to record. High above Earth, satellites hijacked by alien hands broadcast the battle to the galaxy. Every planet, every council, every warlord saw the same thing. Two hybrid cubs raised by humans, wielding power their species had never imagined. The galaxy trembled, and then the message came. A warlord's face filled the screen, massive, armored, his voice like thunder. Warlord, let the galaxy bear witness. If the cubs live, Earth will burn. Screen fades to black. Narrator's voice cuts in. The cubs had become more than children, more than soldiers. They had become a message when the galaxy would kill the silence. Dark corridor, Nevada Base K. Ander. Static CCTV footage flickers. Ex-soldier Chupke say, encrypted drive, alien hand pace slip car to high. Screen cuts to black, heavy boom sound. The base was still smoking from the last battle. Wounded soldiers lay on stretchers. Engineers repaired broken walls. The cubs sat quietly with their mother. For the first time, there was a sense of fragile peace. The younger cub traced a finger along Rourke's bandage. You're hurt again, Dad. Rourke smiled faintly. That's my job, protecting you. But in the shadows of the control room, General Pierce and other commanders argued, those cubs are dangerous. Today we won. Tomorrow, they'll be the reason we lose. Another officer muttered, maybe it's time the galaxy took them, before Earth is destroyed. Unknown to Rourke, betrayal was already blooming inside. Somewhere in Washington, D.C., a black car meeting unfolded. A shadowy senator spoke to alien envoys through hologram. You want the cubs? Fine. But Earth will not burn. In exchange, your technology, your weapons, your alliance? As the aliens hissed in agreement, it will be done. The humans will hand them over willingly. The senator's eyes glowed. With greed, sometimes, survival requires sacrifice. Back at the base, Rourke was struggling with something far more personal. The cubs now looked at their alien mother with longing. She told them stories of their worlds, shining oceans, twin suns, skies filled with silver birds. The older cub whispered, why can't we go there? Rourke's chest tightened. Because that world doesn't want you. I do. Tears pricked his eyes, but he forced himself to stay strong. You're mine. You're my kids. Don't ever forget that. The alien mother's expression softened, but guilt lingered in her eyes. That night, alarms didn't go off from outside. They came from inside. Computer screens scrambled, doors sealed shut, cameras went black. Rourke stormed into the command center only to see Colonel Hayes, his longtime brother-in-arms, holding a gun to the cubs. Hayes' voice cracked with both guilt and rage. I'm sorry, Jack, but they have to go. It's the only way Earth survives. The cubs froze, their glowing eyes widening in fear. Rourke raised his weapon. Hayes, don't make me do this. But Hayes' hand shook. Don't understand. The government already made the deal. Cubs will be delivered to the aliens. Tonight, the betrayal ripped through Rourke like a blade. All these years, Hayes. After everything we fought for, you choose them over family? Hayes' eyes welled up. I choose humanity. You're blinded by love, Jack. These things aren't your kids. They're weapons. Destroy. The cubs whimpered. The younger one whispered, Dad, don't let him take us. Rourke's finger tightened on the trigger. His best friend. His brother. His enemy. Before Rourke could decide, chaos erupted. The alien mother charged forward, slicing Hayes' weapon in two with her plasma blade. The cubs screamed, unleashing a shockwave that shattered glass across the base. Sirens blared. Soldiers rushed in. Gunfire echoed. Rourke grabbed the cubs. We run. Now. Through smoke and chaos, they sprinted out of the base. Soldiers chasing. Bullets raining. The alien mother shielded them with glowing energy, her armor sparking under fire. Outside, in the desert night, a small stealth craft waited. Not Earth's, hers. Get in, she shouted. Rourke hesitated, trust broken, betrayal everywhere. But the cubs pulled his arms. Please, Dad, we have to go. Rourke clenched his jaw. Then, with one last look at the burning base, he shoved them inside. The ship roared to life as they escaped. Earth's own satellites carried a shocking broadcast. General Pierce's voice echoed across the world. Citizens of Earth know this. We never consented to war. The aliens demand their children back. To protect humanity, we are giving them up. Images of the cubs flashed across every news channel. Effective immediately, they are enemies. Of Earth, Rourke's fist slammed the console. They betrayed us. Our own people betrayed us. The alien mother whispered, almost bitterly, now you understand why I left them with you. Even your own world fears what it cannot control. As the ship soared through Earth's atmosphere, dozens of alien warships uncloaked around them. Rourke's heart pounded. It's a trap. The alien mother's face hardened. No, it's worse. On the largest ship's screen, a monstrous alien overlord appeared, his face scarred, his voice like thunder. Overlord, bring me the children, or watch Earth burn. But then, another hologram appeared. This time, it wasn't an alien. It was the senator from Washington. His voice was calm, chilling. Jack, you've done your part. Now hand them over. For the greater good, Rourke's breath caught in his throat. Betrayed. By his own government. Black screen. Deep boom. White text appears. Black screen. Suddenly, Earth's orbit lights. Up with hundreds of red dots, alien warships uncloaking one by one. The sky wasn't falling, it was hunting them. Cut to Rourke's stolen ship bursting through the clouds. The stolen ship rattled violently as plasma fire ripped across its shields. Hold on, Rourke yelled, gripping the controls. The alien mother strapped the cubs down, her eyes burning with fury. They'll never stop. Not until the cubs are dead or captured. The younger cub sobbed. Why do they hate us? Rourke's jaw clenched. Because you're different. People always fear what's different, the mother whispered. No, Jack, not people. Governments, powers, monsters who want control. The cubs looked between them, their tiny claws digging into the straps. On the largest alien battleship, the Overlord's hologram filled the void. Overlord, human, you cannot run. Hand over the young, and your world will be spared. But then, the senator's voice cut in, smooth and cold. Senator, Captain Rourke, this is your last chance. Surrender the cubs. Earth's safety depends on it. Against the console, you sold us out. You think they'll spare Earth once they have what they want? The senator only smirked. Survival requires sacrifice. Your mistake was forgetting that. The signal cut. Alien ships closed in. Plasma bolts streaked across the void, shaking the stolen craft. The alien mother snarled, pulling out her plasma blade. The boarding party is coming! Fight with me, human! Ah! Rourke pulled out his rifle. Always. The cubs huddled in terror as metallic claws ripped into the hull. The airlock hissed. Shadows moved. Then the first alien soldier burst inside, shrieking. Claws slashing. The mother moved like lightning, cutting through him with her blade. Rourke fired round after round, covering her back. But there were too many. Dad. Da. Older cub screamed, holding up his claws, and suddenly, a blast of pure energy ripped from his body, slamming the invaders into the wall. The room shook. Silence fell. Everyone turned to the cub. Glowing with unearthly power, Rourke's eyes widened. What did you just do? The mother whispered, almost proud. The transformation, it's begun. Outside, alien dreadnoughts prepared their final strike. The mother jumped into the co-pilot seat. If we don't reach the asteroid belt, we're finished.
Out.
Rourke's knuckles turned white on the controls. Then hang on. Out. The stolen craft dove straight toward Earth's atmosphere, burning through clouds, missiles trailing behind.
Up.
Rourke pulled the ship up at the last second, skimming just above the ocean, forcing the dreadnoughts to break formation. Jack, the mother shouted. Are you insane? Insane works? Rourke barked. He pulled the ship into a vertical climb, the engines screaming, flames bursting at the edges. Behind them, the cubs screamed in both fear and thrill as if they were riding a roller coaster to death itself. Finally, they broke free into the asteroid belt. Jagged rocks, tumbling like knives in the dark, thread the needle, Rourke muttered. Let's see if they can follow. The ship twisted, flipped, narrowly dodging stone giants. Alien ships weren't so lucky, smashing into asteroids, exploding in bursts of fire. But the Overlord's dreadnought remained untouched, gliding closer. Suddenly, every screen on the stolen ship lit up with the Overlord's massive scarred face. Overlord, you think you can hide them in your rocks and shadows? You do not understand what they are? They're not children. They are extinction waiting to happen. The cubs trembled. Rourke snarled back at the hologram. They're kids. My kids. And no one's taking them from me. The Overlord leaned closer. You believe you saved them, but in truth, are raising your destroyers? The hologram flickered out, leaving silence heavier than the void itself. Suddenly, the cums crackled again. A new face appeared, Colonel Hayes. Rourke's heart stopped. Hayes' eyes were filled with regret. Jack, listen to me. The Senator isn't working alone. The whole Defense Council signed the deal. Earth will hand over the cubs. Or be annihilated. Rourke's grip tightened. You betrayed me. You pulled a gun on my kids. Hayes swallowed. I was wrong. But Jack, I saw what that cub did, that power. It's not natural. If they lose control, Rourke cut him off, voice breaking with rage. They'll learn control. Because they have me. They have us. Voice trembled. Jack, if you're wrong, humanity won't survive. The cum cut. Alarms blared. The ship's hull cracked. Dreadnought locked weapons on them. The mother shouted, they're charging their super weapon. If it fires, Earth will burn. Rourke's heart raced. He looked at the cubs, terrified, clinging to each other. Then he looked at the mother. What if we gave them what they want? Her eyes widened in fury. Never. But the older cub suddenly whispered, Dad, maybe if we go, they won't hurt anyone else. Rourke knelt, gripping their shoulders, tears in his eyes. No, listen to me. You're not their prisoners. You're not their weapons. You are mine, my family. And family doesn't give up. He rose, turning to the mother. Time to fight back. Rourke slammed a button, redirecting every ounce of ship's power into weapons. Target the dreadnought's core, he growled. The ship screamed, lights flickering as plasma cannons fired, ripping into the dreadnought's side. The Overlord roared, You dare challenge me, human? The mother smirked fiercely. Not just a human, a father. But just as the dreadnought reeled from the blast, the cubs' eyes began to glow brighter. Their bodies shook violently. The younger one whispered in fear, Dad, I can't stop it. And then a massive wave of pure energy erupted. From the cubs, engulfing the ship, the asteroids, and the alien fleet, Rourke screamed, No, stay with me. The screen cut to black. Deep, boom. White text appears. Black screen. A faint heartbeat sound. Then, the camera opens to drifting wreckage of alien ships and shattered asteroids, glowing in eerie silence. In the middle, Rourke's stolen ship floats powerless, smoke pouring from its hull. Power that saves, can also destroy. Inside, the ship. Rourke coughs through the smoke, reaching for the cubs. Kids, talk to me. Both cubs lie unconscious, their bodies faintly glowing like stars caged in fragile skin. The mother kneels, touching their foreheads. They use too much energy. They weren't ready. Rourke grips her wrist, desperate. Tell me they'll live. Her eyes glisten. If they survive, nothing will ever be the same. Down on Earth, chaos spreads. News screens across New York, Los Angeles, and Washington replay shocking footage of the Cubs. Energy wave obliterating alien fleets. Anchors shout over each other, are these children Earth's greatest weapon, or a bigger threat than the invaders? Crowds riot. Protesters hold signs, no, more aliens on Earth, humans first, while others cry out, protect the children. Meanwhile, inside the Pentagon, the senator smiles coldly. Senator C. They're not children. Bombs, and now the whole world knows it. The Defense Council murmurs in fear. They could wipe out Earth. By accident. Back on the stolen ship, alarms wail. The Cubs jolt awake at the same time, gasping for air. Their eyes glow brighter than ever, one blue, one golden. The younger Cub clutches Rourke's hand. Dad, I saw something, Rourke. What did you see, buddy? What? The Cub whispers. Not dreams, memories, but what? Mine. Images flash across the Cub's mind. Ancient wars, alien empires burning, galaxies trembling before a race called the Elythians. The mother stiffens in shock. That's impossible. The Elythians were wiped out millennia ago. The older Cub speaks in a deeper, almost alien voice. No, we are what remains. Rourke stares at them, stunned. You're telling me, my kids, are the descendants of the most feared species in the galaxy? The mother lowers her head. I didn't want you to know. Not yet. I left them with you, because only a human heart could soften what they're destined to become. Rourke's voice breaks. You lied to me. You lied to them, the Cubs. Look terrified, torn between their mother and their human father. Are we monsters? The younger asks. Rourke kneels, tears in his eyes. No, you're my children. It's all that matters. But doubt has been planted in the Cubs, in Rourke, and in the audience. Suddenly, a massive shadow eclipses their ship. The alien dreadnought wasn't destroyed, only crippled. The overlord's voice rumbles through the void. You feel it now, don't you? The hunger in your blood? The Elythians were not gods. They were predators. And now their legacy awakens in you. The Cub's glow intensifies. Ship shakes as their power pulses uncontrollably. The overlord snarls. Join me, children. Together we will finish what your ancestors began. We will own the stars. Just before the overlord fires, another ship drops out of hyperspace. A sleek black Earth warship. Colonel Hayes' voice cuts through the chaos. Jack, listen to me. The Cub's power spike is destabilizing the sector. If we don't contain them, the entire asteroid belt could collapse and take Earth with it. The mother snarls. Contain them? You mean cage them? Rourke yells back. Hayes, if you even try. But Hayes interrupts, his voice trembling with both fear and loyalty. Jack, I'm not here to cage them. I'm here to help you control them. But you have to trust me this time. The choice looms. Ally with Hayes, or risk losing everything. The older Cub clutches Rourke's arm, their voice shaking. Dad, it hurts. There's so much inside me, I don't know how to stop it. The younger Cub cries. I don't want to be a weapon. I just want to be yours. Rourke's heart shatters. He hugs them tightly, whispering, You are mine, always, no matter what you are. The mother looks away, hiding tears. But the ship groans violently. The Cub's power is spiraling, creating a glowing storm around them. The overlord laughs from his dreadnought. Yes, give in. Let the storm take you. Become what you were born to be. The asteroid belt begins to break apart. Chunks of rock slam into ships. Rourke screams, Kids, listen to me. Fight it. You're stronger than this? The Cubs scream in unison, energy blasting outward. A massive shockwave that rips through space. When the light fades, the alien dreadnought is gone. Hayes' ship is gone, and so is Earth. The stolen craft floats alone in a void of stars. The mother whispers, horrified. This isn't our universe anymore. Black screen, deep echoing boom. White letters appear, black screen, a faint hum. Slowly, Earth appears in the distance. But it's different. No metallic veins crisscross its surface, glowing red. The planet itself looks alive. What if the world you fought to save is never yours at all? Inside the stolen craft, alarms. Scream. Rourke grips the console. What the hell just happened? The mother scans rapidly. We've been shifted, not across space, but across dimensions. The younger cub stares out the window.
Dad.
Is that Earth? It is Earth. But twisted skyscrapers taller than mountains, alien ships docked, openly in orbit, and humanity kneeling in chains below. They land in the ruins of New York. But instead of chaos, there is order, cold and forced order. Humans walk with collars glowing blue, their eyes glazed. Suddenly, resistance fighters attack them, mistaking Rourke's crew for enemy patrols. Blaster fire erupts. Rourke grabs the kids, shielding them. Stop. We're human.
Us.
Hesitate, stunned at his voice. No one human flies alien ships anymore. They take Rourke and the others underground. The resistance leader, a scarred woman named Adira, explains. This is Earth 7. Here, humanity lost the first war. We've been slaves for centuries. The mother stiffens. This isn't possible. In my reality, your species resisted, fought, won. Adira laughs bitterly. Then maybe your humans had something ours didn't. She notices the cub's faint glow. Her eyes widen, lest they're the something. The cubs begin hearing whispers in their heads, voices that don't belong to them. The older cub whispers, they're calling us, not the aliens, the planet. Earth itself pulses with light, its surface shifting like skin. The ground trembles. The mother gasps. This world, it's a conduit. It's alive. It feeds on power. Alethian power. Suddenly, the planet itself sends a psychic wave. The cubs collapse, their eyes blazing. From the sky, a colossal rift tears open. The Overlord's dreadnought emerges, black smoke curling from its hull. The Overlord's voice booms across the enslaved Earth. You ran, across universes. But you cannot escape what you are. Humans cower in fear. Resistance fighters scatter. The Overlord points a massive claw at the cubs. Give them. To me, they belong to the Alethian bloodline. This world will be their cradle, their weapon. Adira turns to Rourke, trembling. You said they're your kids. But they're not, are they? They're the same as him. Her soldiers raise their weapons. If they're Alethians, they'll doom us again. Better we end them now. Rourke steps in front of his children, rage blazing in his eyes. You'll have to kill me first. For a moment, silence. Then the younger cub whispers, terrified. Dad, what if they're right? Rourke kneels, holding both cubs' hands. His voice breaks. You're not monsters. You're not weapons. You're mine. That's all you'll ever be. The mother, tears streaming, adds, and if the universe can't see that, then let's burn the universe down. The cub's power flares. Blue and gold energy swirl, fusing into a blinding white storm. As the Overlord's fleet descends, the planet itself awakens. Giant metallic tendrils rip out of Earth's surface, wrapping around ships and crushing them. The ground splits open, revealing a colossal, beating heart at Earth's core. The cubs levitate, their voices speaking in unison, not entirely there. Own, we are not your weapons. We are not your prey. We are the awakening. The Overlord roars in fury as the screen explodes into light. Black screen, deep thunder. Text appears, space fills the screen. The enslaved Earth shakes like a living giant. Alien fleets surround it. The Overlord's dreadnought eclipses the stars. A single voice cuts through the silence. When the universe demanded weapons, humanity gave them children. But tonight they decide their own fate. The Overlord descends in a storm of fire, his black armor glowing with molten cracks. You cannot escape destiny, he snarls. The cubs are mine. Their power will feed eternity. The cubs hover above the ruins of New York, their white aura spreading like a second dawn, Rourke stands below, clutching a human rifle so small, so fragile compared to the titans above. Still, his voice rings out. You'll never have them. The first battle erupts. Alien warships dive. Earth's living tendrils lash upward, dragging them into its molten core. Resistance fighters pour into the streets. Humanity, enslaved for centuries, rises in rebellion. The overlord smashes into the ground, a crater blooming around him. He charges at Rourke. Stand aside, human. Rourke fires, round after round, each one useless. But he doesn't stop. I've stood aside my whole life. Not anymore. Overlord swats him aside. Like an insect breaking his ribs, Rourke coughs blood, but forces himself up. You'll never touch them. The cubs cry out, feeling their father's pain. Their aura twists, burning hotter. Bending reality itself, visions flash in their minds. Endless galaxies. Civilizations conquered, entire species erased by a Lethean hunger. The older cub whispers, trembling, if we unleash it all, we'll destroy everything. The younger one shakes his head. If we don't, it'll destroy us. Both turn to Rourke. Dad, what do we do? The alien mother steps forward, eyes filled with tears. Children, listen to me. I lied to you. You were never meant to survive. You were bred to replace me, to be vessels for the overlord. That's why he wants you. The cubs gasp. Rourke stares at her in shock. You knew this all along? She nods, shame burning her voice. But I saw you change. I saw you love. And for the first time, I wanted you to live free. The overlord raises his hand. His voice is soft, almost kind. Children. Your father is weak. Your mother is a traitor. But with me, you will rule. Not as slaves, but as gods. The world holds its breath. Even the fighting pauses. Oh, God. The cubs look down at Rourke. Battered, bleeding, fragile. Just human. Rourke drags himself to his knees, spitting blood. His voice cracks, but carries strength no weapon could match. You want gods? Fine, but they're not yours. They're mine. Not because of blood, not because of power, because every night I held them when they cried, because I taught them to laugh, to hope, to fight for more than themselves. He looks up at his children, eyes blazing. Being human doesn't mean being weak. It means choosing who you are. So choose right now. The cubs glance at each other. Their glow stabilizes, no longer chaotic. They descend slowly, placing their hands on their father's shoulders. Together they whisper, we choose humanity. The aura erupts, blinding, unstoppable. The overlord screams as his armor shatters, his essence torn apart. His fleet collapses into starlight. The Earth's living tendrils retreat, calmed by the cub's energy. For the first time in centuries, the enslaved humanity looks up. Free, but the power is too much. The cubs begin to fade, their forms dissolving into light. Dad, we can't hold it. Rourke clutches them, sobbing. No, no, please, stay. Stay with me. The older cub smiles faintly. You made us more than weapons. You made us human. That's enough. With one last embrace, they vanish into radiant sparks that scatter across the night sky. The mother collapses, weeping silently. Rourke screams into the heavens, broken. Days later, humanity rebuilds. The collars are gone. Skies are clear. Adira, the resistance leader, stands beside Rourke at a memorial. 2 stars burn brightly in the sky above the cubs, watching still. Adira whispers, they saved us all. But what did it cost you? Rourke's voice is hollow, yet proud. Everything. And that's what being human means. The camera pans. Out. Earth glows with renewed life. In the distance, galaxies shimmer, as if watching black screen. Text fades in. They were born as weapons, but chose to be human.
All the end.